Hey everyone, how's it going? It's been a while. Today I am going to show you around the homestead and I'm going to take you with me on my errands. I need to buy chicken feed and some supplements for them, as well as some more shavings because their coop needs a refresh, and I need to figure out how to get them to start laying in their nesting boxes again. So yeah, so I'm just going to take you with me to do some errands, do some chores around my little quarter-acre homestead, and then at the end I'm going to give you a garden tour and show you what has been growing in the garden in the last few weeks. And I'm preparing for fall gardening. So this year I'm actually going to do fall gardening, and I'm going to document that through vlogging and also on my website, urbanfamilyhomestead.com. And so yeah, I guess we're just going to write a little note down, write my my list, because otherwise I will forget. I hope you enjoy. Hit subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this. I really do have really good intentions of continuously putting videos out. I do enjoy them. It's been kind of chaotic, but we'll get into that maybe in another video. So yeah, so come along. All right, here's what I bought at the feed store. It's a little low light, but it says, don't let anybody tell you that homegrown eggs are cheaper by any means. Not necessarily. But we also treat our chickens like pets and not like farm animals only. I don't know. We're not eating our chickens ever, so we kind of spoil them a little bit, but I try to like balance, flip this over. I try to balance the cost of some things. This is pretty expensive to get. It's their normal layer feed, but I do like to supplement this sometimes because you can ferment this kind of feed. It's the scratch and peck. You can ferment this kind, and I'm thinking about in the winter getting the big bags of these and fermenting them because they go a lot longer, and it's kind of a nice warm meal for them, because it does get pretty, I mean, we're considered to have mild winters where I am. I'm like zone 8B, A, I don't know, it fluctuates. And then they really like mealworms. Usually I get them from this like bucket where it's like per ounce, where it's pretty inexpensive, but this actually ended up being a much better price for 3 pounds. So I get a mealworms, and this is not like a monthly thing. I spend this, oh look, I brought home like little slug friends. What else did I get? This lasts quite a long time. So this is West Coast bedding. They are one that I get no matter what feed store I go to, and it's the exact same price. It's big and heavy. My son will have to come out and get this. I use this for their bedding, and what I like about it is it's actually pretty like fine, and like you can kind of see, but it breaks down really nice with their manure, and I use it in the garden. If I can get it to like move. And then I get the black oil sunflower seeds. Actually, didn't get this as much in the summer just because higher protein helps with like keeping them like warm and producing eggs, and in the summer that's not really a problem, but they freaking love these things, and so I will mix this in. And then I have, Purina is not my favorite brand. I really like to with local brands, but this time I went ahead and went with, well, this is the one I usually get, and it's omega-3 plus calcium. So it has like oyster shells and stuff in it, and I find that they don't really touch their oyster shells when I feed them this, and it lasts a really long time, and the eggs are nice and like the yolks are really dark and stuff, and they seem to really like it. And I got the homegrown layer Purina. I don't know, people have been talking about there's a lot of problems with them before. I've never tried them ever. We're gonna try. I didn't want to go to, oh, I'm gonna be around here. There we go. I didn't want to go to a second feed store because I'm running a little bit low on time, because I've taken my child to their OT appointment, so I wanted to kind of hurry up and get out of there. But I'm gonna try this and see if they like it. I will probably not buy it again just because I like to go with local feeds if possible, but this was the least expensive option considering everything I bought here is about 142 and change with tax. While it will last a long time, it is hard to kind of have to like bite that for 6 chickens all at once, but it will last a long time. The shavings will last at least a couple of months. They're only $10, and then the feed, but the feed will last probably, I have to look at how many pounds. I think it's 50 pounds. Usually you have about a quarter pound per chicken minimum per day for feed. And but I give a lot of like greens out of my garden, plus they get mealworms and some of the other layer feed and stuff. So I would say a quarter pound is probably just spot on. I know they can, you know, eat more, but I will show you how I like mix everything up together, because what I'm thinking, I have a shed that I keep everything in that we designated to more like chicken stuff, but I also have this like container that I can like mix some ratios. Usually I just put it into their free feed bucket, but I think I'm going to just hash out the ratios and then store the other stuff, and then that way I'm only having to do that every couple of weeks, because it will rain here in a couple months consistently, and the shed is a little bit far-ish from the coop, and so it can be kind of a pain in the butt to do that in the rain. So I'll show you all of that stuff as soon as I'm back from the OT appointment, and I'll show you the shed and everything like that. One last thing that I did not actually get is I need to grab some more of this crushed red pepper. If it'll focus. Alright, so I said I would show you guys how we have it set up for how far their food is. So this is their coop, or their run, and their coop. So it's a bit of a walk. It's not so bad in the spring and summer, but when it rains a lot in the fall and winter, it can be a bit of a walk. Chicken project. They're creating another caged area for them to roam. So this is their stuff that my son put out, and this is where we keep their items. So, and I will share below, or maybe on the screen, the ratio, because technically the ratio feed, because technically the Omega feed that I got is a layer feed as well. So this is what I was getting, the payback egg layer, but yeah, it's been a while since. I think I'm going to store things in here and in here, and then I'm going to start making out bigger mixes and just keeping it in here, and then keeping this on my back patio for when it rains. I think that's how I'm going to do it. So yeah, let me get set up, and I think I'm going to go ahead and start that ratio up. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and mix this food in, because well, actually I don't know that I will. This food started getting like, here's the problem. When you live in a place that is really humid, is that you can have potentially mold problems and moisture, which, thinking like the lid didn't get put down very well. So this is going to get filled up probably, oh, these are bigger than I was thinking they were. Hopefully they eat them still. Actually, we'll see. We'll see if my chickens eat it, if they like this food. Sometimes going less expensive isn't always better, right? So that kind of fills it up about that far. I have about 12 scoops of just like the scooper, arbitrary scooper that I have. I'm going to do the Omega Feed, which also like crumbles. This is the normal feed. This is like the homegrown. I think it should be fine. This is the Omega. My girls are used to having like this and this, but it's like kind of thinner and not as thick, but it's, I don't know, we'll see. It should be fine. They shouldn't be picky, but they are. So anyway, I put 12 scoops of that, and so I'm gonna do probably like a third like of that. So do 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then we will mix in the black oiled sunflower seeds, which I showed you before. It just comes in like kind of like a big bag of them. And I'm also going to put 3 in here. The benefit of the black oiled sunflower seeds is just high in protein, and they really like it. Like, it's like a treat for them. And then this stuff right here, the mealworms, I give them, I keep it on my back porch, and I just give them kind of a handful in mornings. And the other stuff I bought is this. I used to add just a little bit on top, but I'm thinking about switching to this completely. So I want to play around with this to see how I can ferment it. I started playing with it last winter and just got kind of overwhelmed. So I wasn't in a good headspace for it. So I'm going to mix this up, and then you can come with me to help top off their food. Okay, finished mixing. This is what the mix looks like. It's just a mix like this. And I don't really find I need to give them calcium, like extra calcium, because this has a lot in the food, and also in the omega-3 it's like an extra amount, but we'll take that with us and this with us. We're gonna keep these on the back porch so we don't have to walk all the way over every single time. And then you find cute kitties on the way. That's Dexter. He hangs out under the apple tree. Okay, so this is obviously a little messy, but this is my back door right here. I come out here to feed them. This stuff is going to go away, and I think I'm going to just, see, it's like the old bag of omega-3 I just dumped yesterday. This is going to go there. And I have to keep these white shavings back up in there because, well, at least the stuff I'm using, I don't know how rainproof that shed is. Anyway, so I just kind of want to, oops, those treats out. And I typically keep their treats just in like the sealed jar. If I don't keep a sealed jar, the squirrels will get to it. I will see how coordinated I am. So this is their bucket. It's just a free feeding bucket. I don't know. They always get like debris and stuff in it. I try to pick that stuff out, and then I just pour it in. I'm gonna need 2 hands, I think. Please hold. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Just in my bucket, hanging out. And I'll put like a handful of like mealworms in there. So you really like them. Little grubbies. And that's it, and I feed them. And this will last them probably a couple days. It depends if they're getting a bunch of extra greens. I have to shut the door because Elsa will escape. That's it. Your water, still nice and cool. Alright, ladies, enjoy. Oh, see, the door is open. Usually they run for it. There they go, happy. Whew, I'm already so red. I love rosacea. But I do that at night, so what ends up happening in the summer is that I live in the Pacific Northwest, so we only get a handful of night hours most of the summer. And so what happens, my husband goes to work really early, so he feeds the cats in the morning and he will let them out because it's already sunlight. And so I fill up their feed at night so that he doesn't have to deal with it, because I deal with the chickens mostly. That's just kind of how we have it. So But yeah, so he lets them out and I'll put them to bed, or one of my kids will. And yeah, that's kind of just how we do their food. And I give them fresh water. I make sure it's filled up every day. And then in the summer, so on Sunday, it's gonna be really hot. I'm gonna bring an additional water out here, and it's going to have electrolytes. And then I will show you maybe this weekend, and throw it up on a short of how we keep them cool when it's 90 some plus degrees outside, which is not normal for us. It's gonna only be like that for 4 or 5 days. And we don't have AC because most houses here don't, especially the like 1950s and 60s ones. So that's gonna be fun keeping it cool inside, and I gotta keep these ladies cool back here. But that is why they are where they are in our property. This is the most shaded and coolest part of our property. So yeah, I think this video is probably getting a little long with the chicken stuff. So I'll probably just pop my garden tour into another video instead for you guys after this one. However, I did want to do the breakdown for you. So of the items that I bought, I spent $142 today on all of their feed. Their layer feed will last them a couple of months. Their omegas will last them about 10 weeks, as will the sunflower seeds will last 3.5 months. And then the mealworms will last about 3 months, and then the bedding will last. I do that once a month, or once every month and a half. So on average, I spend about $40 when you break it down, which I will put on the screen and in the description, and for what I use as well. And it costs about $40 a month for all of their feed, which is why I'm really interested in trying this scratch and peck to see if I can ferment their feed, how that works, because you supposedly only need half of the dry feed because it expands and it has probiotics and all sorts of great stuff. So ideally, the only thing I would actually have to supplement for them is the greens that I'm already doing from the garden, any little scraps like fruit and lettuce scraps that we have in the house, as I'm already doing, which is a free cost, and just calcium. I think that's it. They do get outside and they do have access to pebbles and that sort of thing. So we've never supplemented grit. So yeah, I think we're gonna give that a try. And it's supposed to be great for winter months. It's high in protein and it just helps them out. I don't know. I know chicken keeping is extremely subjective. I'm curious how everyone feeds their chickens, because I've read a million blogs and watched a million videos, and everyone has something that they swear is the best, but this works for us. So yeah, let me know your experience in the comments, and I will see you guys next time.